So here is the modern day city, which is built on an ancient Roman city. Over here is an ancient tomb, which they have not excavated yet, so we don't know who all is buried there. So right here is a map of where we're looking at, and so we're at Pergamum, or the Acropolis, and this is a Greek city up top here, and down below was the Roman city. But up top here, number 2 through 6 there, those were the palaces of the king. But then right below 2, from there, 9 and 8, that was all part of the library, and this was the second largest library, and then it became the largest library of ancient times, bigger than Alexandria. But then a lot of the books were given to Alexandria at a later point in history. So we're going to take a peek at this area here. And we start by heading up here, but then there's this large wall here as well. But we'll walk up and see what we can see. So this is a Greek cistern. They did not have the aqueducts like the Romans, and so what they had to do was to carry the water off on animals and put it in the cisterns. And so they would do that. That's how they got their water up here. And there's actually laws for even the wasting of 1 drop of water. So they did not have the baths like the Romans did. So that's what this is here, a cistern. So this is the beginning of the library, which was huge. And in fact, our guide, he said we have no modern libraries that are this big to this day. So it goes here all the way to way over there, which we're going to see. So from all the way over there, the end of the road, all the way to up here at the tower, that's how big the library was, which was huge. Over here is a temple to the Emperor Trojan. So he was a man, but he said he is to be worshipped as a god. He's okay if they have other false gods, but he's to be worshipped as well. So there's a temple to him here as well in this area. And the stone here from the walls is all from this mountaintop. So they simply just cut the rock here in this area and stacked it up to make the walls here. But then they encased it with marble, which is not from this mountain here, like you see here. So this whole thing would have been encased with marble. There's a statue over there, which is not original, but it's a copy of one. Hello everyone, so I'm in the old ancient city of Acropolis, or Pergamum, I think is how you say it. And so some of these ruins here are 2,000 years old, and so this is also the area where it's mentioned in the book of Revelation as well. It's pretty windy up here, so sorry about the wind. But yeah, you can see here, this is, so it was the ancient Greeks made this, and then it was taken over by the Romans here as well. But you kind of see their version of the amphitheater. Pretty cool area. I'll explain it here as we go along. All right, God bless. Bye guys. And so over here would have been one of the altars, so where they would have sacrificed animals. So the animals would have been sold, so the meat would have been sold as also a source of income for the pagan temples here. Over there would have been like the treasury, where people would bring their offerings. So this is a theater that the ancient Greeks made, and one of the steepest theaters is built into the side of the hill. So over here is the ancient ruins of a temple to the false god, theater, and also a mine right over there. And the theater here could have held estimated about 10,000 people. It's hard to tell because you don't know how close they were sat to one another. But a good way that they would estimate how big the city was in ancient times is look at the theater, how many people it could seat, and then times it by 3, even 6. Over here is a temple to Athena. I think that's her name, the false goddess Athena, and she was a goddess of war and wisdom. And so she is more feared than Zeus, and so her temples would be higher than the temples of Zeus. Over here, this area right above the temple and also where the library was, the library would have gone through kind of where that tree is. This is kind of where they had storage, and so they would have stored whatever they needed to up in here. So here's an image of what everything would have looked like, the theater here, and then the terrace, and this would have been the temple to Athena, which is right up here. So from there, the temple of Athena, we look over here, and this is where the temple of Zeus would have been. And that altar to Zeus in the book of Revelations to the church of Pergamum, which is this town here, which is not a church building but a town, was told to be the altar to Satan. And that altar is now in Berlin, in Germany, in a museum there, part of it. But that would have been right here. Again, we read that in the book of Revelations, would have been the altar to Satan, to the church of Pergamum, as we read in the book of Revelations. So from the Temple of Athena, we're going to head down the stairs here to go look at the theater, which you can see here. Yeah, there's a little walkway here. So here it is, the theater. So these little steps here, and you can kind of get a sense of like how steep it feels. And here's a side view of the theater. That's where we were before. This is the storage areas up there, the temple way up there. And now we're heading over to the Zeus altar. So this is what the altar of Zeus would have looking like, which, as you know in the book of Revelation, is the altar of Satan. And so the stairs there would have been on the back side over there. And the part that is in Germany is just this front part here. The temples in Germany, along with the images down there, which look like there. These images, those are all in Germany, and they depict the life of the gods and goddesses.